काफ़ी अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स रहा है और क्वेश्चन आवर का सेशन भी बहुत अच्छा रहा है। बहुत से तलबा इस प्रोग्राम में शरीक होने के बाद फ़ोन भी करते हैं और ख़ास तौर से हमने इसको यूट्यूब पर भी लॉन्च किया है। हमारे दरमियान में प्रिंसिपल्स, टीचर्स और बहुत मुक़्तदर शख्सियात मौजूद हैं। मैं तमाम को वेलकम करता हूँ और इसी तरह और चंद सीरीज़ जो है वो हमारी काविश की जानिब से करियर से रिलेटेड जारी है और इंशाअल्लाह आगे भी चलती रहेगी। काविश ने टेलीग्राम पर भी एक अपना करियर गाइडेंस का प्रोग्राम करियर गाइडेंस का सेशन शुरू किया है। साथ ही हम जो है वो क्वेश्चन आवर सेशन वहाँ पर कंडक्ट करते हैं। स्टूडेंट जो है वो अपने क्वेश्चन देते हैं वहाँ पर और उनके जवाबात जो है वो हमारे काउंसलर देते हैं। इसी तरह से अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह व्हाट्सएप पर भी जो है तकरीबन 7-8 ग्रुप बने हैं जिसमें 9th और 10th और 11th 12th के स्टूडेंट्स ने जो है वो पार्टिसिपेंट है और मुख्तलिफ औकात में वो सवालात करते हैं जिसके जवाबात जो है वो बच्चों को दिए जाते हैं। आप भी अगर इस ग्रुप का हिस्सा बनना चाहते हैं तो इंशाल्लाह यहाँ पर वो नंबर शेयर किए जाएंगे। साथ ही आइंदा कल भी हमारा एक नए मौजू के साथ आपके सामने मौजूद हो गए। आज हमारा जो टॉपिक है वो डिजिटल मार्केटिंग पर है।
यूट्यूब पर स्ट्रीमिंग स्टार्ट हो चुका है एंड आप अब सर फॉर्मली स्टार्ट कर दो। अब सर 8:05 हो गए।
जी जी, अस्सलाम वालेकुम, आदाब, गुड इवनिंग। आज के फ्यूचर्स ईयर फॉर यू इन 2020 ईयर इन डिजिटल मार्केटिंग का जो वेबिनार है इसमें आप तमाम का मैं खैर मकदम करता हूँ, वेलकम कहता हूँ, आपको इस्तकबाल करता हूँ। आज हमारे साथ ज़ईम मिर्ज़ा साहब हैं जो कनाडा से बराह रास्त हमारे साथ हैं और वेलकम ज़ईम साहब। इंशाल्लाह वो इस टॉपिक पर आपसे आज खिताब करेंगे। आप देखते होंगे कि ये जो डिजिटल मार्केटिंग का ज़माना है, पहले ऐसा होता था, हम अखबारात में एडवर्टाइजमेंट देखते थे दीवारों पर और बड़े-बड़े जो है वो साइन बोर्ड नज़र आते थे। दीवारों पर जो है वो तहरीरें लिखी होती थी एडवर्टाइजमेंट की, इसी के साथ अखबारात में पम्फलेट होते थे और उसके ज़रिए है मुख्तलिफ अशिया की जो है वो एडवर्टाइजमेंट हुआ करती थी। आज ज़माना बदल गया है और अब डिजिटल मार्केटिंग का दौर आ गया है। डिजिटल मार्केटिंग को अगर हम समझना चाहिए कि एक प्रोडक्ट है, छोटी सी चीज़ है, माचिस की डिबिया है, तिल्ली है, डिबिया है या पेन है, कलम है, तो वो किस तरह से एक आम आदमी तक पहुँचे, उसको ख्याल रखकर मुख्तलिफ हिस्सों में जो है वो उसकी एडवर्टाइजमेंट की जाती है ताकि वो कम कीमत पर और बहुत तेज़ी के साथ जो है वो अवामुन्नास तक पहुँचे। तो उसके लिए जो है वो डिजिटल मार्केटिंग के मुख्तलिफ शोबे हैं और आप देख रहे हैं कि ये जो लॉकडाउन पीरियड था इसमें हम सब ने बहुत खुलकर जो है वो इसका इस्तेमाल किया क्योंकि तमाम दिन भर दुकानें बंद हुआ करती थी। डिजिटल मार्केटिंग का जो दौर है ये आइंदा फ्यूचर में मुस्तकबिल में बहुत सुनहरा दौर है और छोटी से छोटी चीज़ लेकिन तमाम ज़रूरियात की चीज़ें, ऑफिस की चीज़ें जो है वो डिजिटल मार्केटिंग के ज़रिए जो है वो इश्तिहार के ज़रिए हम तक पहुँच रही है और हम लोग जो है वो उसको ख़रीद रहे हैं। इसमें बहुत सुनहरा और अच्छा करियर है। इससे मुतालिक जो है वो ज़ईम मिर्ज़ा साहब आपको तमाम तफसीलात से आगाह करेंगे। मैं आप तमाम का इस्तकबाल करता हूँ। ख़ास तौर से काविश का ये मंशा है कि मुख्तलिफ करियर जो है वो 2020 या मुस्तकबिल में फ्यूचर में जो है वो ये बहुत बूम होने वाले हैं। इसका जिसमें जो है वो अगर आप करियर में शिरकत करते हैं तो आपके लिए बेहतर मुस्तकबिल है। ऐसे करियर से मुताल्लिक जो है वो एक सीरीज़ जो शुरू की गई थी उसी का आज हिस्सा ही है डिजिटल मार्केटिंग का। और काविश चाहती है कि भाई देख रहे हैं हम कि अभी जो बच्चे हमारे इस शोबे में आ रहे हैं तो उनकी शमूलियत जो है वो सिर्फ डिलीवरी बॉय की है। हम चाहते हैं कि डिलीवरी बॉय से भी हट कुछ और इसके अंदर बहुत बेहतरीन और सुनहरे करियर हैं। आज से मुताल्लिक ज़ईम साहब आपसे गुफ्तगू करेंगे। मैं एक साथ आप तमाम का फिर दोबारा इस्तकबाल करता हूँ और ओवर टू आमिर अंसारी। तो आमिर
बहुत बहुत
अंसारी।
शुक्रिया सर। आज जो खास मेहमान हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं, कनाडा से हमारे साथ लाइव, जनाब ज़ईम शौकत मिर्ज़ा साहब। आपने मुंबई से एक बेहतरीन कॉलेज जिसका नाम सेंट जेवियर्स कॉलेज है, वहाँ से आपने ग्रेजुएशन किया। और मुझे बताते हुए बहुत फख्र महसूस हो रहा है कि ज़ईम साहब ने जब जेवियर्स कॉलेज में बीएमएम किया था तो उस वक्त मुंबई यूनिवर्सिटी के वो टॉपर थे और उनको गोल्ड मेडल मिला था। उसके बाद ही उसी दौरान एज अ फ्रेश ग्रेजुएट, आप सोचिए गूगल कितनी बड़ी कंपनी है, ग्लोबल कंपनी है, और उसी वक्त जो है ज़ईम साहब को एज अ फ्रेश ग्रेजुएट जो है वहाँ पर अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली और उनको ज्वाइन करने का मौका मिला, गूगल कंपनी को सर्व करने का। उसके बाद सर का तालीमी सफ़र, एजुकेशनल जो उनका पूरा सफ़र है काफ़ी लंबा है। आपने पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन किया, उसके बाद में कई बड़ी कंपनीज जिसको हम कहेंगे लीडिंग कंपनीज हैं एडवर्टीजमेंट वर्ल्ड की, उसमें आपने काम किया है, इंक्लूडिंग गूगल, कतरवेज, आई प्रोस्पेक्ट, ओमेबा, कॉम। उसी तरह से सर के ज़रिए जो काम हुआ है, सर की जो कंपनीज को सर ने जो अपने सर्विसेज दिए हैं, उन कंपनीज ने $100 मिलियन का जो है वो से भी ज़्यादा का मार्केटिंग किया है, जो कि हम लोग अगर कैलकुलेट करें तो शायद हमारा कैलकुलेटर भी फेल हो जाए, ये इतना बड़ा जो है फिगर होता है। बहरहाल ये लोग इंटरनेशनल लेवल पर बहुत सारी बड़ी बड़ी कंपनी को अपनी सर्विसेज दे रहे हैं और एक लंबा एक्सपीरियंस रहा है। 2006 के बाद से सर ने ग्रेजुएशन के बाद से अपना एक बड़ा तालीमी सफ़र किया है, अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस है फील्ड का। तकरीबन जो है वो 40 से ज़्यादा 150 प्लस कंट्रीज सिटीज़ में सर ने अपनी सर्विसेज दी हैं। 80 प्लस कंट्रीज आप घूम चुके हैं, सर्विसेज दे चुके हैं। 20 से ज़्यादा लैंग्वेजेस में, मोर देन 20 लैंग्वेजेस में सर ने अपनी मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटेजीज बनाई हैं और आज जो है कनाडा में हमारे साथ है। मैं ज़्यादा वक्त ना लेते हुए कनाडा से लाइव हमारे ज़ईम मिर्ज़ा साहब का इस्तकबाल भी करता हूँ और हमारी ऑडियंस, हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट जो बेसब्री से आपका इंतज़ार कर रहे हैं, आपको मैं दावत देता हूँ कि आप अपनी तकरीर, अपनी जो है वो एक्सपीरियंसेस हमारे स्टूडेंट्स के साथ शेयर करें। ओवर टू ज़ईम साहब। उससे पहले हम लोग चाह रहे हैं एक छोटा सा वीडियो, अगर आप इजाज़त दें, अगर टाइम परमिट करता है तो। ज़ईम साहब
Go ahead.
ओके, ठीक ठीक, एक वीडियो आप लोग देखें।
दुनिया में हर दिन लाखों करोड़ों लोग इंटरनेट का इस्तेमाल कर घर बैठे ही अपनी जरूरत में आने वाले सामान खरीद लेते हैं। फिर चाहे खरीदारी त्योहारों के लिए हो, शादी के लिए हो या फिर निजी इच्छा के लिए हो, पिछले कुछ सालों में लोगों के शॉपिंग करने का तरीका बिल्कुल ही बदल गया है। अब पहले की तरह लोग मार्केट में जाकर सामान नहीं खरीदते, बल्कि ऑनलाइन शॉपिंग वेबसाइट से सामान देखते हैं और पसंद आने पर ऑनलाइन खरीदारी कर लेते हैं। इसीलिए जो लोग बिजनेस करते हैं, जैसे कपड़ों की दुकान, किराने की दुकान या खिलौने की दुकान चलाते हैं, उनका कारोबार ऑनलाइन शॉपिंग वेबसाइट्स की वजह से बंद सा हो गया है। उन लोगों के लिए बिजनेस करना बहुत ही मुश्किल हो गया है। इसीलिए आज क्विक सपोर्ट की तरफ से हम आपके लिए एक ऐसा रामबाण तरकीब लेकर आए हैं जो आपकी इस समस्या को पूरी तरह आज आपको इस वीडियो से मिलने वाले हैं, तो वीडियो को अंत तक जरूर देखें। सबसे पहले हम जानेंगे डिजिटल मार्केटिंग क्या है। डिजिटल मार्केटिंग इंटरनेट, कंप्यूटर और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिवाइस के जरिए की जाने वाली मार्केटिंग है, जिसके जरिए कोई भी कंपनी अपने प्रोडक्ट की मार्केटिंग करके बहुत कम समय में अपने टारगेट कस्टमर तक पहुंचा सकती है, जिसे ऑनलाइन मार्केटिंग भी कहते हैं।
आमिर भाई वॉल्यूम बढ़ाइए
या फिर किसी नए प्रोडक्ट को लॉन्च करती है तो उसे ढेर सारे लोगों तक
वीडियो की थोड़ी वॉल्यूम बढ़ाइए।
मार्केटिंग का मतलब है सही जगह और सही समय पर अपने कस्टमर से कनेक्ट होना। और आज के दौर में आपको अपने कस्टमर से उस जगह पर कनेक्ट होना होगा जहां वो अपना पूरा समय गुजारते हैं, और वो जगह है इंटरनेट। भारत में लगभग सभी वर्ग के लोग इंटरनेट का इस्तेमाल करते हैं और हर दिन इसकी संख्या बढ़ रही है। चाहे बड़ी बड़ी कंपनी हो या छोटी कंपनी हो, अब हर कोई मार्केटिंग करने के लिए इंटरनेट का इस्तेमाल करता है। जिस तरह से कोई कंपनी अपने प्रोडक्ट्स का एडवर्टीजमेंट बड़े बड़े पोस्टर्स, बैनर और पंफलेट के द्वारा प्रमोट करते हैं, ठीक उसी तरह से ऑनलाइन इंटरनेट मार्केटिंग या डिजिटल मार्केटिंग से भी किया जा सकता है। ऑफलाइन मार्केटिंग हो या ऑनलाइन मार्केटिंग हो, दोनों का ही मुख्य उद्देश्य ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों तक पहुंचना होता है। ऑफलाइन मार्केटिंग में प्रोडक्ट के विज्ञापन के लिए ज्यादा पैसे खर्च करने पड़ते हैं, लेकिन डिजिटल मार्केटिंग से आप बहुत ही कम लागत में दुनिया भर के लोगों तक पहुंच सकते हैं। और अब हम जानते हैं डिजिटल मार्केटिंग क्यों जरूरी है। डिजिटल मार्केटिंग
एक लंबा वीडियो है, मेरे ख्याल से हमारे पास वक्त कम है, तो थोड़ा सा तारुफ आपको मिल गया होगा डिजिटल मार्केटिंग का। तो मैं अब ज़ईम साहब से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि आप अपनी स्क्रीन शेयर भी करें और आप जो है वो बच्चों से हमारे बात भी करें।
Can you guys see my screen?
जी
Yes. Okay.
यस
If
यस
everyone see my screen, just press 1 in the chat. अगर आप मेरी स्क्रीन देख रहे हैं तो एक chat पर 1 टाइप कीजिए. We'll use the chat a lot during this session, inshallah. Okay. Alhamdulillah. Fantastic. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So yeah, today we have the opportunity to learn something about digital marketing. I will try and use multiple examples. I've kept the presentation very simple, on purpose. Presentation doesn't have a lot of videos or images. Trying to keep it very light, ताकि आप लोगों तक आसानी से topic की मालूमात पहुंच सके. I'll try to speak in English as much as possible, and try and give some examples or change in Urdu if needed, if I feel the need. Otherwise, I think we should be fine. Let's move on.
बायलिंगुअल चलिए.
Inshallah, I'll try my level best. Okay, so this is the agenda for the day. ये चीजें we will try to cover in today's session. Basically, what is digital marketing? Digital marketing क्या चीज होती है? What are the methods? इसके तरीके क्या हैं? और फिलहाल recently, especially since lockdown, even before, why is this so much in demand? इसकी demand इतनी बढ़ क्यों गई है? और फिर 3 चीजों पर हम ज्यादा फोकस करेंगे. इसमें क्या क्या करियर ऑप्शंस अवेलेबल हैं, कौन सी जॉब्स कंपनीज हायर करती हैं, on and what is the qualification or the education you need to join this field, and the most important part, which I'm sure सबको ये सुनना बहुत जरूरी है कि इस पे एक्सपेक्टेड सैलरी और कॉम्पेंसेशन पैकेज क्या है और कहाँ से शुरू करना है. इंशाल्लाह उसके बाद we'll have a Q&A session. We'll keep at least 10-15 minutes for the Q&A session. So whenever we have 15 minutes left or 20 minutes left, Brother Aamir or Brother Akhlak, you can just let me know. So I will stop that and we'll go to the Q&A. Okay. So we'll start with this. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So we just listened to a video. हमने अभी एक वीडियो देखा. I know there was an issue with sound, but that's okay. It was talking more about marketing, why we use marketing, and what are the ways of using different marketing channels. के marketing companies क्यों use करती हैं? And we realized that. Can you guys see my screen or?
It's okay.
Fine. Okay. Should I just go to the thumbnail video? Just make it go screen. I think this is better. So why do companies use marketing? Marketing is, of course, one of the ways to reach your consumers. Whenever you have products, ideas, जब भी कोई product बनता है या service बनती है, तो company को उसको लेकर जाना होता है अपने audience के पास. And there are different ways to reach their audience. One is, of course, through word of mouth. लोग एक दूसरे को बोलें कि कंपनी ने प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च की है. And the other way is, paid marketing, which is your outdoors, TV, radio stations, newspapers, magazines. So all of us are exposed to advertising. In general, any guesses? That's where I think I'll have to use the chat window. Any guesses? How many ads do you see on a daily basis? कोई guess कर सकता है? Just type it out. एक दिन में आप कितने ads देखते हैं?
बहुत सारे.
On an average? 100? Okay, 7. More than 100? That's a lot. Okay, go ahead. Lots of ads. Okay, Parvez says lots of ads. Good. 20 ads. RSM. I don't know if it's a brother or sister. Aamna Shaikh says 50. Lots of. Okay, so the answer is, in an average day, an average consumer, depending on the location, typically North America mein, is about 5,000 ads or 5,000 communication. Now, you'll say, oh, why is it like 5,000? uh, ये कैसे हुआ? So if you think about it, even if you're driving through a car, even if you're walking on the road, you even see the shop boards, right? जो दुकानों के head पे होते हैं, दुकानों के नाम, that also is advertising. When you walk on the road, you see some pamphlet on the road, that also is advertising and marketing. So all these are different forms of communications. So in a day, you actually see more than 5,000. How do you differentiate yourself? So this is where marketing comes in, and companies use their marketing power and marketing prowess to say, okay, we are the best solution to your problems and needs, and this is why you should buy us. So just the way we have, जैसे we have TV, radio, newspaper, outdoor, different ways of reaching consumers. Companies अलग-अलग तरीके use करते हैं अपने customers तक पहुंचने के लिए. Digital marketing उसमें से एक तरीका है. So today we're going to discuss only digital marketing. Of course, there are other methods as well, which are depending on the kind of consumers you have. You can use them. TV, radio, outdoor, newspaper, which is what we call generally as traditional media. इनको generally traditional media या offline media कहा जाता है, or digital marketing is another set of the marketing channels. So there are different ways people call digital marketing. One is online marketing. Have you heard of this term, online marketing? If yes, just type one. Digital media marketing or digital advertising, right? So whenever anybody says online marketing, digital media marketing, or digital advertising, or even social media, that's a subset of digital marketing. That is all encompassing, and it's the same term as digital marketing. There are ways, of course, there are some differences, but generally it's the same. So what is digital? It's basically a variety of tools, techniques, tactics, short term, strategy, long term, using of platforms like the way we are using Zoom now. There are different methods and ways we use advertising platforms, which is marketing technology platforms, to run ads and do marketing digitally, that is online. And this is what comprises of the digital marketing industry. Is it clear until here? If yes, if I'm audible, clear until here, just type one.
Yeah, surely.
Okay, alhamdulillah. Perfect. Awesome. Let's go ahead. So why is digital marketing so talked about? So lockdown has actually been a very good example. A lot of people did not know video conferencing applications like the one that we're using now. And there has been a sudden boost of the increase in video conferencing devices. Similarly, digital has been has seen a rapid increase in consumption in the industry. But more than that, even before the lockdown से पहले भी, because of the availability of internet ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा cheaper, accessible होते जा रहा है, and that's why we have access of the internet on the mobile device as well. How many people are using your mobile phones now? Just type one. Instead of your laptop, you're using your mobile phone now for this conference. Yeah, you can see a lot of ones coming. A lot of people are actually live from the mobile. Yeah, I mean, every time we used to think earlier before, we used to think, oh, we should actually, use the laptop. But right now, people are ready to use mobile for almost everything because of the advancement in technology. Plus, we are now using multiple screens. तो एक ज़माना था जब हमारे पास एक रेडियो होता था, तो सिर्फ रेडियो सुना जाता था. फिर आया television. Everybody watches the television together. Then came the computers. उसके बाद फिर tablets आए, फिर the computers got advanced, laptops, and now mobile phones. And mobile phones are or actually computers right now. You can use them as your processing devices. So gone are the days where जहाँ पर हम सिर्फ एक device पर focus रहते थे. Now we start with a phone, and we stop watching YouTube on the phone, and then we go on the laptop, and we can actually access the same video from our history, and we can start from where we left. And plus, of course, we all have more than one mobiles right now. So somebody has a mobile phone, tablet, based on the accounts that you have on the ecosystem. You can actually use your mobile phones and multiple screens. So everybody is connected. That's the idea. And a lot of audience on the internet is now young, tech savvy. People like you and me who are using technology for their advantage, for learning, for entertainment, for infotainment, probably now also for education. Okay, and the last part is the media execution is cheaper. व्हाट आई मीन बाय मीडिया एग्जीक्यूशन उसको बोलते हैं जो बेसिकली प्रोडक्शन में जाती है ना. अगर आपको आउटडोर लगाना है तो पहले आपको उसकी जगह खरीदना है, जो आउटडोर की स्पेस होती है, फिर उसको लोकेशन डिसाइड होता है, उसकी स्पेस खरीदी जाती है, फिर वो होर्डिंग्स प्रिंट होती हैं, फिर वो कोई लोग जाकर उसको लगाते हैं. तो दिस टेक्स कपल ऑफ डेज इफ नॉट आवर्स. इवन इफ यू डू इट वेरी फास्टर, it's going to take you at least couple of days. Creative बनता है, उसकी approval होती है. But on digital media, this is much faster. You make a creative on your laptop, एक आपकी display ad बन गई, image बन गई या text बन गई, आप online गए digital platform पर, आपने ad space खरीदी, which is usually with your credit card or your debit cards or your bank accounts. It can start with $1 a day, or maybe you can go up to how much ever you want to spend. And with a click of button, with some time for approval, bang, you're actually live. So basically, newspaper में ad डालना, radio में ad डालना, production cost, ये सब cost मिलाकर when you compare digital marketing or online marketing, digital marketing is much more affordable, if not cheaper, and it's faster. That is what is more important. And marketers usually prefer things that are faster because usually it's a last minute industry. Depending on whether how much time you need to plan, digital marketing usually comes to the rescue when you want to go to the market faster. Okay. So we'll move ahead. What are the methods or channels of digital marketing? So when I say method, इसके तरीके क्या है और इसके channels क्या हैं? Generally, a lot of people say channels. Some people call it methods. Some people call it tactics. Some people call it whatever name. But technically, these are the ways with which you can go and do digital marketing. Okay, आपने जब वीडियो देखा तो उसमें कुछ examples थे audio visual के साथ. Search engine marketing जब लोग search करते हैं Google या फिर Google, Yahoo, Microsoft, ये इनकी search engines पर. I'll explain all of these. So I'll try and explain each one in a short time. And if you have questions, you can ask me in the chat as well. Okay. So we'll start with search engine marketing. The closest anybody has been to a mind reading machine is a search engine. Yeah. So basically, search engine एक ऐसी जगह है जहाँ पर आपके ख्याल में जो चीज आ रही है वो आप जाके सर्च इंजन को बताते हो, जैसे google.com या yahoo.com या Bing. इनकी सर्च इंजन ये है बेसिकली आप उसको बताइए कि आपको क्या चाहिए या आप क्या ढूंढ रहे हो और वो आपको उसका सर्च कर आपको लाके उसके रिजल्ट्स बताएगी. So this is the closest anybody has been to making a mind reading machine, because this is the first time where there is an intent by a user. User खुद बताता है कि मुझको क्या चाहिए, जो होर्डिंग में नहीं होता है. आप जब रास्ते से गाड़ी चलाते हो तो आपको वो होर्डिंग दिखाई जाती है जो मार्केटर सोचता है कि शायद मेरे कंज्यूमर्स ये एडवर्टाइजिंग देखेंगे. उसके पीछे भी कुछ साइंस होती है, बट टेक्निकली नॉट एवरीबडी इज द ऑडियंस. बट इन सर्च इंजन मार्केटिंग, व्हिच इज व्हेन यू गो एंड सर्च ऑन अ सर्च इंजन लाइक google.com, जब आप जाकर वहां पे कुछ टाइप करते हो, व्हेन यू टाइप समथिंग, यू एक्चुअली टेल द मार्केटर कि भाई मुझको इसका रिजल्ट लाके दीजिए, तो आपको फिर वही रिजल्ट्स आते हैं. ऐसा नहीं होता कि आप सर्च कर रहे हो कार्स और आपको मिल रहे हैं बैग्स. So when you search for cars, you actually get cars. And then in the cars itself, are you looking to buy cars, rent cars, sell cars, just look at car pictures, car videos? Basically, you change the video, you change the keyword that you want to search and you get your answer, right? So using keywords to market your products and services on the internet is called search engine marketing, okay? Using search engines. Second is email marketing. I've just given them in some order. It's not like the order of importance. These are just listed down in a random order. Email marketing. You guys might have received a lot of emails. Yes. How many guys know or receive emails from different brands or products in their inbox? Just type 1. The chat box. Yeah. Okay. So when advertising companies, brands, agencies send you emails about their products, services, that's called email marketing, right? So ये बहुत cheap method होता है, because once they have your email address, there is almost no cost to send an email to you. There is of course a production cost, a sending cost and a platform cost, but even compared with other forms of digital marketing, this is one of the cheaper forms or more affordable forms. So large companies, the companies that have huge spends in terms of marketing budgets, usually have a database जो एक collection होता है email addresses का और contact information का, is usually between 5 million, 10 million, इन्हें कम से कम 10 लाख, 5 लाख या उससे ज्यादा का एक database होता है जिसको database management कहते हैं या customer relationship management प्लेटफॉर्म्स उसके लिए यूज होते हैं, एंड इट्स अ वेरी रोबस्ट सिस्टम दैट मैनेजेस कि किसने मेल कब ओपन किया. आपको जब मेल आती है तब आपने मेल कब ओपन किया, मेल के साथ क्या किया, मेल में जो इमेजेस थे उस पर आपने क्लिक किया या टेक्स्ट पर क्लिक किया, ये सारी चीजें रिकॉर्ड होती हैं. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द एडवांटेजेस ऑफ डिजिटल मार्केटिंग. विल मूव टू द थर्ड वन विच इज सर्च इंजन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन. जब आप गूगल पर जाते हो या कोई सर्च इंजन पर जाते हो तो आपको दो तरीके के एड्स दिखते हैं. एक होता है उस पर लिखा होता है पेड एड्स या स्पॉन्सर्ड लिंक्स या स्पॉन्सर्ड एड्स, और उसके नीचे स्पेशली गूगल या राइट साइड पर उसी जो पेड एड्स के नीचे या सेंटर ऑफ द स्क्रीन पर आपको कुछ डायरेक्ट लिंक्स मिलती हैं जिसको हम लोग ऑर्गेनिक रिजल्ट्स बोलते हैं. इसके लिए आपको पे नहीं करना पड़ता. दिस एंटायर साइंस और द प्रोसेस of getting your website listed on the pages of a search engine, which is usually you try to get them on the highest page, which is page 1 of a search engine, is called search engine optimization. Okay, so there is no cost that you have to pay to the company to advertise. यानी आपको Google या Facebook को पैसे नहीं देना पड़ेंगे ये search engine optimization आपकी listing लाने के लिए, लेकिन आपको backend में बहुत मेहनत करना पड़ेगी because they will want to see that your content is very relevant. There are hundreds of items that decide कि आपका पेज फर्स्ट पेज पर गूगल सर्च के फर्स्ट पेज पर क्यों आएगा. या सो दैट्स कॉल्ड एसईओ और सर्च इंजन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन. डिस्प्ले मार्केटिंग इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट फेमस फॉर्म्स ऑफ इंटरनेट एडवर्टाइजिंग व्हिच इज व्हाट वी यूजुअली सी. जब हम कोई मोबाइल साइट पर जाते हैं तब हम वहां पर एक एड देखते हैं. इट्स जस्ट लाइक द आउटडोर एड बट इट्स इन अ फॉर्म ऑफ विजुअल, लाइक एक स्क्वायर होता है या रेक्टेंगल होता है either at the bottom of the page. Sometimes it's full screen. That's called display. Display generally just the way when we say display, it's usually visual. Yeah. Sometimes the ad also interacts. When you click on it, it expands. It plays a video. That's also video advertising. So display advertising is one of the fun parts also of digital marketing, and it's very very widely used for brands who do brand marketing. जब कोई नया product launch होता है जो consumer facing है, especially cars, FMCG यानी जो consumer products आप regularly use करते हो, detergents, toothbrushes, toothpaste, let's say cars for that matter, computers, you actually phones, mobile phones, you see digital display advertising. You know, they actually want to show you the product, right? We'll move to the next one. Native advertising is an advertising in digital media where you basically the advertising mixes with the content. Lot of times आपने कोई पेज स्क्रॉल कर रहे होंगे तो एक कंटेंट का पार्ट होगा, एक एड होगा जो पेज से मिक्स हो गया होगा. It's very difficult to for a user to figure out is it yes, inshallah we'll give some examples, not now, maybe we can share the examples later because the idea is to go to the career part, but inshallah maybe they can see the examples in the video because video has a lot of examples. I'm just replying to brother Aamir's question. Yeah, that's native when the ad is almost part of the content. Affiliate marketing, I'll just go through this quickly, is a form of marketing where there's reseller. So it's like multi-level where I have a merchant, मैं एक प्रोडक्ट बेच रहा हूँ और मैंने अपना एक ग्रुप बनाया है जो ग्रुप आगे बेच रहा है. So it's like multi-level marketing, and then they get commissions for that. Direct marketing is also another form of if done digitally, a form of digital marketing through SMSs where there is marketing, direct marketing, basically reaching your consumer directly from the brand with least or almost no intermediary in between. Direct आप consumers को reach कर रहे हो. Content marketing is another form of marketing heavily used on digital media जहाँ पर specific content लिखा जाता है. तो basically email जब लिखा जाता है कोई email तो उसके अंदर एक content होता है, but that content is written by an expert. It's not, there's a lot of science that goes behind writing that content. Then writing blogs. अगर आपकी travel website है या आप एक travel company हो तो आप लिखोगे कि which are the 10 ways to travel or 10 tips to travel during COVID or after the COVID or after lockdown, or 10 places to go after the lockdown ends, or 10 places to go in winter this year. So these are the ways content marketers try and market, especially let's say from a travel marketing point of view. And the last one, which everybody is aware of, is the social media marketing. Okay, I'll give some examples as well, inshallah. Social media marketing, which is the most widely, you can say, felt marketing especially in the Indian subcontinent and across the world as well, because we are exposed to social media so much. The ads that you see on Facebook, the ads that you see between the videos on Facebook, जब आप Facebook का जब कोई वीडियो देख रहे हो तो वीडियो रुक जाता है उसके बीच में एक ad आता है, that's video advertising on a social website. You see display ads on Facebook, Twitter, and other social media, Instagram as well. So let's not spend more time on this. We'll move to the actual part, which is the opportunities. But I just wanted to give you some idea of what are the channels and methods. These are, let's say, top 7 or 8. There are other methods as well. Inshallah, we'll maybe have a longer session if needed to discuss those. Yeah. So technically, just one visual of what brands, agencies, or marketing's companies try to do. Basically, what we try to do is create digital experiences in the form of marketing, so desktop, mobile, in-store, and using all the different channels that I just spoke about. Okay. This is where I think the crux of the session starts. So your questions will be, okay, fine, who recruits? कौन से लोग hire करते हैं digital marketing professionals? So since the start now, we've been talking about we need to market. Yes, we need to market a product or service. We need to market it digitally. Yes, because it's affordable, cheaper, faster. Okay. But who recruits it? Who recruits the persons who are digital marketing professionals? So there are 3 parts to this. मैंने इसको एकदम concise way में ताकि आप लोगों को बहुत अच्छे से easily समझ जाए. Basically, there are 3 parts. One is advertiser, जो जिसका product या service है. Agency, जो ये काम करती है. Advertising agencies, there are different types of those. And the third is media, जो basically media use हुआ जाता है. जैसे अगर Google पर advertise कर रहे हैं तो Google is a media. Yahoo पर advertising होगी तो Yahoo, CNN पे होगी तो CNN.com, BBC.com. Different websites, Facebook.com. These are all media, right? That are available digitally with their .com versions. So technically, these 3 people or these 3 types of companies recruit digital marketing professionals. Let's just delve, a bit deeper. So when I say advertisers, which kind of advertisers? When I say the word verticals, advertisers एक vertical में classify होते हैं, जैसे banks, finance. Within the finance industry, then there are banks, insurance companies, lenders, online websites. Then there are FMCGs, which is fast-moving consumer goods. जैसे Unilever होगी, they sell anything from your bathing soaps to your toothpastes to probably even shampoos. So these are all verticalized. Then there is travel, so which is within travel there is hotels, hospitality companies, airlines, online travel agents. So depending on the verticals, advertisers recruit digital marketing professionals. If you guys are taking notes, real estate is a very good example from Sister Husnara. That is also a very good vertical where digital marketing professionals are needed. If you feel that you are interested in some vertical which hire more digital marketing professionals, technically it is 3 or 4 verticals because वहाँ पर demand ज़्यादा है. One is your entire e-commerce industry, which is one of the top recruiters, because उनका पूरा business ही online है. Travel industry recruits a lot. In travel, you have hotel industry, you have restaurant, you have tourism corporations, so you have airlines, low-cost airlines, long-haul airlines. After travel, you have the financial industry that recruits a lot of digital marketing professionals because they need more and more people coming to their website and taking their products or services. Real estate is a good example, yes, because they want more leads. Automotive companies, because they want people to come and test drive. And when they launch, it's much cheaper to reach a very large audience, depending on the type of brand they have. So any industry or any vertical that needs more and more new users or leads, email addresses or contact information for people to be contacted and be sold their products or services, are recruiting digital marketing professionals. Other companies, जैसे कि कोई companies को digital marketing से कुछ बेचना नहीं होता है, but they want to communicate through digital marketing to their customers, to their investors, to their shareholders. This is where advertisers who want to communicate also have to create, like you can say FMCG companies, they usually don't use digital marketing to sell something, but more as a communication medium. They create their website and they keep their website updated with offers, customer information, shareholder information. And of course, when we say advertisers who have a business online, exactly like your e-commerce company. So in India, there are a lot of e-commerce companies like Flipkart.com, Amazon, all these online companies, their business is online. So they need digital marketing professionals. Okay, then what are agencies? Agencies is a very, you can say, when companies want to do digital marketing activities, there is, I'm going to answer some questions on the education part. So just hold on, Sheikh, Farhan. Uh, I will answer those questions, inshallah. Agencies are basically the companies that help the advertiser market their products. It's a service providing company, basically. When advertisers don't want to do the entire thing themselves, they hire specialized agencies because they have more talent. उनके पास ज़्यादा talent, ज़्यादा skill set होता है because they have much more experience in terms of managing different clients. So traditional agencies hire the agencies that do radio, outdoor, TV, and also digital. They hire digital marketing professionals. Digital agencies, abhi filhal, there's a boom of digital agencies. Digital agencies in India, big ones, New Ogilvy, Mechanics, in I don't want to name a lot of them because there are a lot of digital agencies in India. You can have Social Wavelength, Miram, huge agencies employing. I prospect. I work with one of them, employing more than 500 people each, maybe 1,000 people, just doing digital. वो सिर्फ digital करते हैं अपने clients के लिए. And there are smaller agencies, boutique agencies, consultants like me who have smaller setups who give very specialized, you can say consulting support or execution support to very specific set of clients who have a certain kind of spend over X million dollars, kind of per month. And the third one is media. This is another place where digital marketing, जब advertiser को advertise करना है और agency को मीडिया खरीदना है या मीडिया प्लान करना है तो मीडिया में भी डिजिटल मार्केटिंग प्रोफेशनल्स की जरूरत है ताकि वो एडवर्टाइजर्स और एजेंसी से बात कर सके. सो इन मीडिया देयर आर publishers like timesofindia.com, yahoo.com, google.com. Google as a company is a big publisher, especially from an ad platform point of view. And then there are platforms, जैसे network of publishers. एक प्लेटफॉर्म होगा जिसमें 100 publishers कनेक्टेड होंगे तो वो प्लेटफॉर्म्स को भी जरूरत होती है डिजिटल मार्केटिंग प्रोफेशनल्स की जो ये एडवर्टाइजर्स और एजेंसीज की कैंपेन्स वो प्लेटफॉर्म्स पर चलाते हैं. एंड टेक्नोलॉजी, द काइंड ऑफ प्लेटफॉर्म्स दैट रन and the companies that create this technology, so advertising technology, it's called ad tech. That's where these things work. Fortunately, my advice, which is a tip here, a lot of people say where to start. Yeah. So I would suggest that you start with agencies. There is no hard and fast rule. You start with agencies because agencies में आपको ज़्यादा exposure मिलता है working with different clients, and agencies will make you work. So you have to really do a lot of things. Then work with media if possible. Then you'll understand the digital industry from a media perspective. क्योंकि आपको फिर agency से भी deal करना और advertiser से भी deal करना है. So now you're in the middle, right? And then depending on your choice, you see, because now you're exposed to a lot of industries. Yes, Shaikh, go ahead, ask the question. Write all your questions in the chat. I will answer as much as I can, inshallah. Once you join the media, you have then the option of working with which of the advertisers that you like the most. So that's what I did. I started with Google. I didn't start with an agency. Then I went to an agency, I prospect, and then I chose an advertiser, because I like the travel industry. So technically now, and somebody who has all the three work experience in all the three areas is somebody who has technically then the more experience of managing agencies, managing media, and working on the client side as well, or working with the advertiser side. Yeah. Okay, so what are the job profiles? So अगर आपको ये companies में join करना है तो typical job roles कैसे होते हैं? आपने देखा जैसे accounting में accounting supervisor होता है. This account is not the financial account, otherwise सब लोग बोलेंगे Zaeem भाई वो ले रहे थे digital marketing का उन्होंने बोले accounting पढ़ लो. No, that's not the case. This account management is different. So typically the profiles that you see in digital media or digital marketing are some of these top ones. I will park your question, Sheikh. Technically, they're the same, but I don't know which network this is. But yeah, technically, they're the same. Digital marketing and network. We'll come back to this. We'll try and take all questions together, inshallah. But keep writing your questions as much as you can. So the profiles available at account management. In the advertising industry, account means your client or your customer. So client management. This is from an agency point of view. But if you are on the advertiser side, आप खुद जो company हो जो advertise कर रही है, so that's product management. Or if you're an e-commerce company, Then account planning, planning for your client, which is media planning, sales planning, or product planning. Then there is content management. There are full teams who write that content. आपके पास जब ad आता है, तो the first thing that starts is, oh, what are the words we'll use? How will we write? What is the headline? एक display ad है, search ad है, email है, native ad है. Everything needs a different type of content and a different style of writing and a different length of writing. Twitter, you can use only X number of characters. Facebook, you can use only X number of characters. On Google Ads, you can use only X number of characters. Email has a certain best practice about the type of language in the characters. Subject line is important as well. Then there is creative management, basically creating the visual and the audio and the video production to use on the digital media. Okay. The next is media planning, buying. So planning media, कौन सा media खरीदना है, कब खरीदना है, कितने में खरीदना है, and optimization. जब वो खरीदा गया, तो उसको कैसे चलाना है, how to launch the campaign, how to optimize the campaign, and how to manage the campaign so that you get the most value for your money. So if you are going to spend $1 or $10, 100 rupees or 10,000 rupees or 1 lakh, how to make the best use of that media. And the last part, which is a little technical, more from you can say management point of view, is analytics. So जब सारी activities होगी, उसकी reports पढ़ना, उसको analyze करना, that's called basically data analytics or data science, is a much more advanced version of it. But technically, you can say analytics and data management. Okay, clear and clear? If yes, yeah, please write all your questions. Inshallah, we'll come back as much as possible. I'm trying to answer questions as we go through it. If you want me to reduce my speed, I can just hit it. And if it's clear until now, just hit 1, right? Okay. So only Ibrahim got it. Anybody else? If clear until now, yeah, hit 1. So I know that I'm going on the right track. Awesome. Let's move ahead. Qualifications. So a lot of questions were there on how to start this. What are the qualifications required? What is the education required? Do we need to do courses? I'll just scroll through the chat now to see if there are questions about voice agency, the leading qualifications, qualification, blessed class in Mumbai. Okay, I'll try and answer these together, and inshallah we'll take more questions as well. Okay, sorry, Akhlak, I'll try to be bilingual. इसके लिए क्या पढ़ना जरूरी है? What is the education that you need to get? Which colleges? कौन से colleges जाना है? कौन से courses करना है? So this is a very difficult question to answer. It's not. There's always this debate. हमेशा debate होता था, and अभी भी ये debate है कि marketing is an art or a science, and is it very technical? Do you need to be qualified educationally? Do you need to do this course? ये course जब तक नहीं करोगे, जब तक ये जैसे chartered accountant होता है. अगर वो chartered accountant वो course नहीं करता है, वो उसके exams नहीं देता, तो he's not allowed to practice in that field. Like a doctor, if he's not a doctor, he's not passed those exams, he's not allowed to treat those patients. So there is a technical requirement in a lot of professions, like a pilot. If you don't know how to fly and you don't have a certification or a pilot flying license, you can't fly. Yeah, but thankfully, marketing is not one of those you can say professions. It's more of an art. Of course, there's science to it. And you don't need to be technically, you can say, qualified. But yes, more and more industry is demanding qualifications and educational credentials and experience, because there is, of course, a requirement for a certain kind of talent. And if that talent comes with a strong educational background, companies would go for that talent, right? I mean, if you're given a choice between somebody who's an MBA from a top college and has marketing specialization, and somebody who is good at marketing, almost same but with no qualification or no educational credentials, you try and select the guy with an MBA technically. But of course, a lot of companies don't say that as a requirement, but that depends on a one-on-one basis. I think the best place in order to get these answers is going to be your career guidance counselor, especially your kawish team. They're amazing. Mashallah, I've used them and I've referred them a lot of times for a lot of my students, my relatives, and a lot of friends. and their kids as well to do their career counseling. Yeah, but technically, yes, right now companies demand, bigger the company, they will have a process for recruiting for digital marketing. We'll go through the kind of steps you can take. But what is more important is that you need to be creative and you need to have an analytical mindset. What I mean by analytical, you need to be very calculative. If I do this, what will happen? If अगर मैं ये करता हूँ online, अगर मैं $100 का ad चलाता हूँ या ₹100 का ad चलाता हूँ और अगर 100 लोग देख रहे हैं तो मेरी ad की cost क्या है? Because here everything is about numbers, right? Because there is information. Every time you post something on Facebook, you can actually see the number of people who liked it, right? You can see the number of likes and the kind of reactions people have given. Exactly same way when you run an ad online on the internet, कितने लोगों ने देखा, उन्होंने ad के साथ क्या किया, क्लिक किया, उसको व्यू किया, ईमेल ओपन किया, ईमेल क्लोज कब किया, कितने देर तक उन्होंने ad देखा, क्या वो ad देखकर क्लिक कर आपकी वेबसाइट पर आए, आपकी वेबसाइट पर वो कितने देर रुके, कौन से ब्राउजर से आए, ब्राउजर कौन सा था, क्रोम था, मोजिला था, इंटरनेट एक्सप्लोरर था, फायरफॉक्स था, ब्राउजर की रेजोल्यूशन क्या थी, स्क्रीन साइज क्या थी, all this information is available in the back end to the advertiser. It can actually go to that level. Yeah, screen ka, it can actually go to the resolution of the screen. You don't know all this, but it gets recorded. How much time did you spend? आपने कौन से पेज पर क्या क्लिक किया, कौन से पेज पर, और वो पेज से आप कौन से पेज पर गए, फिर आपने प्रोडक्ट पर क्लिक किया, everything is recorded. And because everything is recorded, there are a lot of numbers. I thought advertising is fun, but there are just way more numbers. It is fun, but you need to have a very analytical mindset than your traditional advertising counterparts. Traditional advertising counterparts work with numbers, but not so much as the digital marketing professionals. Okay. So don't run away from numbers. It doesn't mean that you will sit and do just numbers the entire day, but you need to have an analytical background. I'll just drink some water here. Okay, this is an indicative chart. It's a bit blurred. The best, again, it's an indicative. Consult your career counselors. You can start for an entrance role, a good course if you're from Bombay or Mumbai, however you want to call it, or from tier 1, tier 2 cities. Usually there's a course for after 12th or according to whatever you've taken, commerce, arts, or science. You can join BMM, Bachelor of Mass Media, or depending on your city, Bachelor of Mass Communication, Bachelor of Mass Communication and Journalism. And you can get into executives role. These are the more creative roles. So content, one second, I'll use the pointer. These are the creative roles. So creating the visuals, emailers, designs, this part. And this is the executive role. The guys who actually, the guys and the people who actually run the digital, the execution part. So Bachelor of Mass Media, BMM, that's what I've done as well. Or you can do any graduation. And then either you can do your MBA, PG, and basically, again, if you see this, it's a very open, playground. Unlike if you want to be a doctor, you have to study MBBS and your MS. Or if you want to be a chartered accountant, you have to clear your CA exams or CFAs. But technically, here there is freedom to enter the field, alhamdulillah. And experience actually matters much more. Okay, so again, this is an indicative chart. Please consult Kawish team or any other career guidance counselor that you're comfortable with to basically understand which role or which path you should be taking to make the most of your career in digital marketing. Yeah. Potential compensation ranges, the part that everybody would love to know. Again, these are very indicative answers or ranges I've given, starting from entry level to a mid level, right? So account management, again, this account is not financial accounting or bookkeeping or financial management. This is, client management or product management. I've tried to club as much as possible so that it's not complex. I'll try to answer all questions, inshallah, in the Q&A session. We'll try and finish this up first, okay? So I have a question from Gauss and Patel Muhammad Tausif. Just hold on. So account management, product management, the range, salary ranges, depending on, of course, if you've done your MBA or your graduation, depending on the kind of college, start from 30,000 Indian rupees to 100,000, which is, let's say, 1 lakh. Account planning, your sales planning, your online sales planning, online product management from 25,000 to 60,000. This all per month. Again, these are ranges. Content management, content writers are a lot in demand. इनकी demand बहुत बहुत ज़्यादा है. अच्छा कंटेंट लिखना, आई मीन यू नो इट, अगर आप अच्छा कंटेंट सोशल मीडिया पे डालते हो तो आपको जितने लाइक्स मिलते हैं और रिएक्शंस मिलते हैं, यू कैन इमेजिन अगर यही चीज अगर कोई ब्रांड के साथ की जाए तो ब्रांड invests a lot, companies invest a lot on good content and creative people. So their ranges, I've just written a very nominal amount here. They can actually go way beyond this range as well, from 25 to 50 to 60,000 rupees per month. Then there is the actual media team, which is the one that plans कौन सा मीडिया खरीदना है, कौन सी वेबसाइट पर ऐड डालना है, कौन से प्लेटफॉर्म से ऐड लेना है, नेगोशिएशन किससे करना है, और जो खरीदती है मीडिया बाइंग एंड मीडिया ऑप्टिमाइज, जो एक्चुअली कैंपेन लॉन्च करती है, ऑप्टिमाइज करती है और जो पूरे प्रोडक्ट्स को मैनेज करती है. देयर सैलरीज रेंज फ्रॉम 30,000 Indian rupees to 80,000 Indian rupees per month. It can go beyond as well. This is technically for experienced entry level ranges to somebody with 5 to 7 years of experience. If you go beyond that, you can easily make 80 to 100,000 Indian rupees, 80,000 to 1 lakh. Even go beyond that, then there is no limit to it, right? Analytics, I've just mentioned analytics here as well. It's a much in demand skill. You need to have a statistical or a mathematical or a research background, market research or just general research, and that aptitude as well. And you can make good money in analytics as well, because all the other people need data, and analytics teams or analytics professionals provide that data, right? So again, note, it's an indicative chart. A lot of things will determine your package. What you studied, if you've done only 11th and 12th, if you've done your graduation, which stream, what specialization, with what years of experience. Entry level, you can start from 10, 15, even go less or more. The size of the company, the stage of the company. If the company is a startup, they'll probably pay you less but give you more stocks, more equity. If the company is big, they'll probably pay you more. If the company is a big brand, then they might actually pay you less, because you're getting an experience of working in a brand. Then the kind of product, if it's an online product and it's working like Amazon or Flipkart, then that kind of, and they make good money, good revenue, they will have a different pay package as well. Your skill sets, what do you bring to the table? आपके पास क्या क्या qualifications हैं? आपके पास what are the good things that you bring to the team? Your education, certifications. There are a lot of certifications. There are some questions there about certifications. I'm going to answer those as well. And what experience you bring to the company is important as well. So make sure that you read this part. This, again, is just an indicative chart. Actual salary ranges can be very different, but it's a good, you can say, ballpark figure. Okay. I have some questions. Okay, here. Okay, I'll take those questions at the end. Okay, Parvez, as much as possible. I'll try to use both languages. Okay. Okay. So let's move next. What is the potential growth track? यानी अगर आप ये फील्ड में दाखिल होते हैं तो what is the growth? या आपका career track या growth track या career development कैसा होगा? तो technically when you enter, you will be, आपको एक title होगा basically, like a coordinator or digital marketing executive. आपने सुना होगा बहुत सारे jobs निकलते हैं, especially in the Indian newspapers or Indian websites. You can go and check. E-commerce executive, digital marketing executive. Yeah, now it's social media executive or social media associate, because every company now wants to have a Facebook page, wants to have an Instagram profile, or have a YouTube channel, and they want to do something. So they will have these entry-level people. They just want to start something. Then maybe after 1 or 2 years, you'll get promoted. Or if you have experience, you can get into the, again, second tier of entry level, which is senior coordinator or officer or senior officer, senior executive. Technically, executives can also be used for the most highest grades. But generally in the Indian subcontinent and other places, executive is used also as a way for entry level designations. Senior associate as well, senior digital marketing senior associate, or social media senior associate, e-commerce marketing senior associate. Then mid-level, you basically from there with some experience, 2 to 3 years more, or maybe 1 year, depending on the size of the company again. You can be an assistant manager digital marketing, or associate manager digital marketing, or manager digital marketing, and then move to a mid-level of your career after maybe 1 or 2 years or much faster. Key account managers is a very agency term जिसके पास कुछ groups होते हैं clients के, and senior manager, basically, or general manager. I've not seen general manager, but some Indian companies do have general manager digital marketing, or digital marketing senior manager. Then of course, after your experience, your qualifications, you move up, primarily more so because of your experience, or you join if you are MBA or you qualified well, depending on the kind of company. You can directly join as directors, key account directors, or group. Okay, thanks, Samna. We'll have 5 minutes left, so we'll try and close this fast and go to questions. And then, of course, senior level is vice president, senior vice president, CEO, chief executive officer, chief technical officer if you get on the technical side, chief design officer if you're getting to design, CMO, chief marketing officer. So basically CXO. Anyhow, again, this is an indicative track. Multiple factors will determine your level, industry, location. What is in Mumbai, maybe different in Delhi, maybe different in Kolkata, maybe different in Chennai, maybe different in other parts of the world, other places, other cities in India. So totally, but there is no hard and fast rule. You can actually be an associate and become a manager, and from manager become a director as well. Totally depends on your skill sets and how much you can prove your ability in a company. Okay. Where to start? There were a lot of questions, sir. Where to start? Which certifications? I'm just going to throw some questions. I have an MCA. What courses? What institutes? A lot of questions. Where to start? So, मैंने एकदम आसान तरीके, full form of CEO, CXO. CEO is Chief Executive Officer. CXO is a way of writing where we say Chief of anything, Chief Financial Officer, Chief Marketing Officer. Okay. Anyhow, so where to start? कहाँ से start करें? So the easiest way to start, if you are free right now, is to intern or do a life project. यानी अगर आपके घर में या आपकी खुद की कंपनी हो या खुद का business हो, so you start interning there, or you have somebody in your family or friends who has a business, say, okay, I'm going to be your digital marketing intern, and maybe start making their Facebook page, start making their social media profiles, start making their social media handles, and tell them this is what you can provide, and basically do a life project. अगर आपके पास कोई प्रोडक्ट है या एक इमेजिनरी प्रोडक्ट बना के आप सोचे कि इसको अगर मुझको डिजिटली मार्केट करना है तो मैं इसको कैसे करूं, या अगर कोई कंपनी आपको कोई लार्ज लाइफ प्रोजेक्ट देती है, या कोई फ्रेंड सर्कल में या फैमिली सर्कल में या रिलेटिव्स में, या खुद का कोई प्रोडक्ट हो या सोल्यूशन हो, यू कैन स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन अ लाइफ प्रोजेक्ट. डोंट गो लाइव, जस्ट मेक अ like a plan of what you're going to do and bounce it off with maybe industry experts, or you can send me an email as well if you want to just go through it. But technically you need to have a plan ready. Some people say, okay, let's do some certifications. There are a lot of certifications available. There are a lot of questions on which courses to go for. You can actually do the courses online. Google AdWords, Google Ads is a course that is a Google course provided. Facebook has a program. A lot of online companies that provide, you can say, education have a lot of online courses as well. And if you're starting, try not to get into mid-level roles. Entry-level roles are better because that's where you start learning. The idea is to learn. जब तक ये एक field है, I mean, just like any other field, but it's very important for you to learn. If you don't know your foundation correctly, you will not last long, right? And what are the personality traits? You should consume media. Doesn't mean अभी बोलते हैं ज़ैम भाई ने बोले कि भाई वो डिजिटल मीडिया कंज्यूम करो तो बस यूट्यूब पे लगे हुए हैं 3 घंटे 4 घंटे दिन के. No, don't do that. Consume media. जब आप मीडिया देखोगे, सोशल मीडिया, see what is actually happening. आप जब कोई एड्स दिख रहा है तो वो आपको एड क्यों दिखा? Try to go beyond. क्या आपने कुछ सर्च किया था फेसबुक पर या गूगल पर तो आपको एड दिखा? और हमेशा अलर्ट रहिए, न्यूज में क्या हो रहा है, कौन सी कंपनी क्या कर रही है. बी फ्लेक्सिबल. डिजिटल मीडिया मार्केटिंग इज ऑल अबाउट फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी, रिलायबिलिटी. Companies, agencies want people who do. If you say, मैं करूँगा कल, तो कल तो शायद, the industry might have advanced further. Plus, you need to be very analytical, very calculated. Which is हुई, तो वो क्यों हुई? Why did that happen? That should be your approach to work, and entrepreneurial spirit, which is basically let's do more, let's do how can I do this differently? How can I solve people's problems? That's the entrepreneurial spirit, and you should be able to help others. Because it's more about learning. What can you do? What can you contribute to the industry? It's all try and test. Because more and more things are coming in. If you can form your own community, small group of friends who help each other, you can actually progress very fast. So this is basically how you start. You can have any qualification, any educational credential that you can discuss with your career counselor, and start taking life projects, of course with the approval of your seniors, your parents, and people who are ready to help you with internships or life projects. Certifications you can do anytime, nobody's stopping you. And once you're ready with your internships, life projects, or your education, try to get entry level roles where you really have to work. So if somebody gives you a job and you have to really work it out, make sure that you do a good job with it. So I think this is where we end. I think it's almost like we're over the time. Sorry about that. Do we take, I don't know, what's the question answer format? This is my LinkedIn. You can connect with me. That's the most easiest way to reach me. And that's my WhatsApp number. Prefer to connect with me on LinkedIn. Brother Aamir, how do we take questions? Do we take video questions, or we take questions only through chat? Or how do we do it?
सबसे पहले चैट से अपने कुछ क्वेश्चन यहाँ पर आपने रीड किया है, साथ में अगर उसको रिप्लाई कर दे तो ठीक है.
So we have time, right? Like, can we go for 10 more minutes, or we have a hard stop?
No, we have time, but for presentation, I just remind you for that. We will do discussion.
Okay.
So that these guys also get the answers.
Okay, we'll try and answer as much as we want to unmute himself. Okay, I think it's better that you guys write your questions, because it will create a lot of noise for you. So ask your questions and ask answers. Don't say
आफ्ताब, मेरे ख्याल से आपने किसी को अनम्यूट कर दिया है.
किसको?
देखो आप
किसी को नहीं किया.
वॉइस नॉइस कहाँ से आ रही है? बैकग्राउंड नॉइस.
देखो आप ज़ईम सर है, आप है, मैं हूँ, और अखलाक सर है.
तो फिर आप अपने आप को म्यूट करो. Jay, yes.
So okay, everybody who's on the chat, if you're okay with the discussion so far, and everything, you've tried to get something. If you have questions, you can ask in the chat. I think it's better that way. And I will go. Can you guys see my screen or the questions on the chat now?
Yeah, we can see both the things simultaneously.
सर एक क्वेश्चन है, जैसे स्टूडेंट कहते हैं कि भाई ये आईटी और कॉमर्स, ये दोनों के कोलैबोरेशन से ये डिजिटल मार्केटिंग का शोभा जो है वो आगे बढ़ता है. तो कॉमर्स और आईटी ये प्रोफेशनल्स को जो है वो इसमें ज्यादा करियर नजर आता है, जबकि ऐसा है नहीं. तो इस बारे में आप क्या बोलना चाहेंगे?
Okay, I think the thing with commerce is, I am a big fan of commerce actually. Commerce gives you the ability to think from an entrepreneur point of view. You play with a lot of numbers because it's more about numbers. आप ज़्यादा चीज़ें number accounting, you are more focused on commercial aspect. In a way, it makes sense, but it's not necessary. So BMM is a course which is nothing to do with commerce, Bachelor of Mass Media, but because it talks about marketing and it talks about reaching customers or marketing or advertising, that actually has more impact on your overall, skill set development from a marketing point of view. And digital marketing is more of a marketing domain. Yes, having information about commerce is fantastic. If in commerce you can have like a minor subject marketing or digital media, fantastic. Again, there is no hard and fast rule that because of your education, this is the only way to enter digital marketing industry. So if that's notion, it's a wrong notion. You can have any sort of qualification or education, or probably no education, depending on how smart or how tech savvy you are. Again, don't take my word for it. Consult your career guidance professional, and they'll be able to guide you. But not necessary that you have to do commerce and you can do digital marketing. Okay, I'll just take your questions one by one. Increase sound. One.
Imran Sheikh.
Okay, good. Lot of chats, huh? Nice.
अगर
Okay.
स्टूडेंट्स
Where do I have to do this course? So there's a question here. From where do I have to do this course? Is this we get a Google certificate? So again, course is totally dependent on you. If you want to do your 11th, 12th arts, science, commerce, your graduation in any field, it doesn't matter so much because it's not, unless you go into analytics or creative departments, execution of digital marketing, you can learn as you practice. So any graduation plus if you have a good MBA is a preferred option depending on the kind of company you're getting into. But if you don't have an MBA, it's fine as well. You can learn on the go, practice, and then you can do your maybe MBAs later. Okay. If in this we get Google certificate, Google is only one of the certifications for Google platform. Google अपने platform को market करने के लिए एक certification provide करता है जो industry agencies see it as an extra skill set or a certification that if you have, good, it's good because it tells you that you're experienced in managing Google products. Okay, best class for this in Mumbai, I think. Again, it's just your normal college. There are a lot of institutes, online, offline, that target digital marketing courses. Fortunately, unfortunately, I can't name any of those, neither I can endorse. So I think you can do your research, search for digital marketing institutes. And if you want me to help you in deciding, maybe you can email me. You have my email address, which ones you figured out and which ones you want to do. Maybe I can then guide you because I don't want to necessarily endorse some and not talk about others. Yeah, because I'm connected with quite a few of them.
ये इसमें जो है वो अभी जो लॉकडाउन पीरियड था उसमें ज़्यादा लोगों ने जो है वो इसको यूज़ किया और अब बहुत सारी शिकायतें आ रही है कि कुछ फेक कंपनीज हैं या कुछ उसमें ज़्यादा फ्रॉड होने लगा है, वो सामने आकर इंफॉर्मेशन लेती है। तो ये भी एक इशू है जिसकी वजह से लोग जो है वो डिजिटल मार्केटिंग की तरफ बढ़ तो रहे लेकिन बहुत मोहतात अंदाज से बढ़ रहे। तो उससे बचने का क्या तरीका है कि कौन सी कंपनी फेक है या क्या है, उसका कोई सोल्यूशन है?
Okay, I'm just trying to rephrase this question. किस तरह का फ्रॉड, यानी डेटा फ्रॉड या मनी फ्रॉड या कौन सा?
हाँ, या तो प्रोडक्ट जो है वो उसकी क्वालिटी ठीक नहीं होती है जिस तरह की एडवर्टाइजमेंट की जा रही है, या उसमें मनी फ्रॉड हो जाता है, पैसा जो है वो कहीं और तरीके से जो है वो लोग।
Okay, I don't think that's actually a digital marketing question. It's more of a user privacy question, but it's okay. I'll try to answer because now I'm not an expert. There are people who do this. Technically, my suggestion to you is if you do not know the company that you're buying from online, it's very specific. Don't buy from an e-commerce company that you're not sure of. If you can call them, ask them before placing the order. If it's an e-commerce company and doesn't provide you a contact us page where their office is located or doesn't have a number, personally, I don't buy from that company. That's one very easy way. Yeah. Is if you're buying online, I mean, protect yourself from debit card or credit card frauds by making sure that you don't shop on companies which you feel may experience. Data theft is another big, you can say, issue in the industry. But if you work with good tech platforms, good ad platforms, you will not face it. And it's one of the smaller companies which work with privacy or data management. That's where data gets leaked. But if you work at top tech companies or agencies, you will not face this problem.
सर सईद अंसारी साहब, आप अपना क्वेश्चन करके म्यूट हो जाओ क्योंकि बैकग्राउंड से बहुत आवाज आ रही है। सईद, आप क्वेश्चन करो।
So, Zaeem sir, just wanted to ask you like we have discussed all the green side of the marketing and career in the marketing, digital marketing world. Just wanted to ask you like what is the darker side of the or the lows of this field. For an example, if suppose someone joins IT field and he is not in good in mathematics or in computer programming, his career will be at the some different track which is not very much green. So what are the laws of the digital marketing or the marketing field if someone has joined accidentally or by intention but he is not able to cope up in the field? So what are the laws of the this field?
Okay.
And second thing just wanted to like appreciate your talk. We are following you since long on the LinkedIn. We exactly know like when you took admission in UCIT, when you took PhD admission in International Symbiosis University. So just wanted to tell you, Alhamdulillah, you are inspiring a lot of people. A lot of people are talking about you. Like I am also talking about you when we meet with Aamir sir or Kazim sir. So Alhamdulillah, you are doing good. So just wanted to ask you this question, which I asked you: what are the low and the dark side of this field, which people should be careful about it?
Okay. Cool. Thank you so much. Alhamdulillah. All praise to Allah. Allah is great. To answer your question about the dark side, so I think technically we're trying to mix 2-3 things here. हम दो तीन चीजों को mix करने की कोशिश करें. One is IT and getting into coding or programming. So just like I told you, coding programming is a totally different field itself. So if somebody from coding and programming is getting into digital marketing, there are very high chances that they will excel. क्योंकि डिजिटल मार्केटिंग टेक्नोलॉजी के बेसिस पर चल रही है, जिसको हम टेक्निकली मार्केटिंग टेक्नोलॉजी या एडवर्टाइजिंग टेक्नोलॉजी बोलते हैं. सो इफ समबडी इज कमिंग फ्रॉम अ कोडिंग बैकग्राउंड, they have higher chances of excelling than failing, right? So that's one part of the answer. The second part of the answer is if they still don't, they're not able to make it, or they don't feel, like this is यहाँ पर मेरा कुछ काम बनेगा या मुझे इसमें ग्रोथ मिल रही है, that means probably they're not passionate about it. Until now, I don't remember right now off the cuff anybody coming from a technical background and not liking this industry. Even from a non-technical background, actually, it's very few people. I've seen people who left, who joined more from different industries, digital marketing, but hardly any who've joined from other industries or different education parts and left immediately. If you spend time, like 1 year or 2 years, you start understanding deeply what exactly. And now I've shown you, maybe पहले तो 3-4 तरीके थे डिजिटल मार्केटिंग के. डिस्प्ले हो गया, ईमेल हो गया, सर्च इंजन हो गया. Now it's evolving. Just mobile marketing itself is huge. Just video advertising itself. There are directors who just do video advertising. Then there are directors who just do mobile advertising. There are directors who just do social media marketing. So it's under social media now. There is directors for Facebook, directors for just Google ads, directors for just like smaller you can say social profiles, depending on the type of company. So I think dark side is just like any other profession. If you don't like it, you'll have to leave it. I mean, there is no choice. But it's बहुत clear ये है कि if you're not passionate about it, you'll not be able to survive. Company खुद आपको नहीं रखेगी. Long story short, you can't fake in this industry. You have to do it. In some industries you can, I don't know which one, but it's possible that you can survive a longer time by just faking it, saying okay, I know this, I know that. In this industry you can't. If you don't know, it shows, because it's all numbers ना. जब आप कैंपेन चलाते हो, कैंपेन परफॉर्म नहीं करती है, एक बार शायद कोई कुछ नहीं बोलेगा, दूसरे बार नहीं करती है शायद कुछ नहीं बोलेगा, तीसरे बार तो आपको जवाब देना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज किसी ना किसी के पैसे लगे हुए हैं. You've invested money and your time, and somebody's a lot of efforts has gone, but you're not producing results. You'll not be able to survive. So if you don't like digital marketing, you probably won't last yourself. Before you leave, somebody will actually show you the door. Okay. Thank you. Does this answer your question? If yes, just type 1. Okay. I'm just going to take some questions from your digital marketing network. Digital marketing, I think, is the same. Sheikh Farhan had a question from Zeref. I don't know if it's a brother or sister. Which companies are leading in digital marketing in India? I mean, brands, almost every big company in India is using digital marketing. Tata Motors, Reliance, banks. A lot of banks use digital marketing. Advertisers, agencies. I gave you a lot of them. Ogilvy, Neo, GWT, a lot of them. iProspect, huge agencies, and of course media. Google, Yahoo, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. All these are companies that are leading digital marketing portfolios. Outbrain, Apple. Going towards agencies for rural businesses, it is a bit difficult and costlier than how to tackle with it. Going towards agencies for rural businesses, it's a bit difficult and costly. I think I am not able to get your question, Gauss. If you can maybe rephrase your question. I'm trying to understand. Going towards agencies for rural businesses. If you can rephrase your question, if it's about finding an advertising agency to market a rural business, I don't think it's difficult. But yeah, penetrating in rural India because they use less internet and more, you can say, traditional media, more TV, more radio. I think, especially in interiors where internet penetration or high smartphone availability might not. I hardly think that is the case now because almost everybody has a smartphone. Alhamdulillah. But yeah, there's a question from RSM. What precautions one should take while doing digital business? Okay, so digital business is a tough one. Why? Because you need to be really alert, just like any other. It starts slow. Yes, you need to be really sure about what your marketing functions are. So your 4 P's of marketing: product, price, place, promotion, your website, domain, the kind of money you're spending on marketing. Make sure that you don't invest a lot in the start. Start slow, go slow, and scale up. Don't start huge and then reduce. Start small, maybe 5% growth a week for a month, and then grow from there. Sir, there's a question from Shaikh. What is digital marketing analytics? I think I answered that question. So we'll move forward. There's a question from Sheikh Farhan. Sir, in future, how's the scope of digital marketing? I always feel, whichever field you are in, there is enough scope, alhamdulillah, if you are in the top percentile of performers. So you should be able to decide your own scope. Yeah, technically, industry-wise, to answer your question, there is immense scope, not only just digital marketing, but other connected industries as well: machine learning, artificial intelligence, marketing technology, ad management. These are all connected fields to digital marketing. They are all growing, mashallah, with double-digit growth depending on the market. Yeah, but you have to make your own mark. Sheikh Farhan. We will go to more questions. Thank you, Saeed. RSM had a question: impact of global pandemic situation on digital marketing. Before we started the webinar, we actually had a question from I think Brother Akhlak as well. So the good thing with digital marketing, अच्छी चीज ये है कि जब हर चीज नॉर्मल होती है तो डिजिटल मार्केटिंग भी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह बढ़ रही है, और जब भी कोई क्राइसिस होता है वो और ज्यादा बढ़ जाती है. इत्तेफाक से इंडस्ट्री का एक ये फायदा है, which is good for people who are in this industry. Why? Because there is more and more mobile penetration. मैंने बीच में फेसबुक पे पोस्ट भी किया था. I don't know if people saw this. वो बंदे का हाल क्या होगा जो लॉकडाउन से पहले मोबाइल रिपेयर को दिया था. So जिसने मोबाइल लॉकडाउन से पहले रिपेयर में दिया था उसकी दुकान नहीं खुली. So you can actually imagine what was the situation. So it was of course a joke, but the deal is, in any crisis, especially in the financial crisis of 2008, and hope not in financial crises and pandemic situations, especially now, digital marketing and digital media consumption has only increased. Maybe spending would have reduced a bit because of the marketing scenario, but digital media consumption has increased. So more content had to be created. More people are spending time online. Okay. Sir, coronavirus. Then there's a question from Brother Fahad. Sir, coronavirus की वजह से digital marketing की jobs की requirement ज़्यादा होंगी या कम? It's a tricky question actually. I would say spending would reduce. जो advertisers spend करते हैं, but in the future the requirement is going to increase for sure. You can actually just take an old newspaper and see how many people were recruiting for digital marketing, and open a career website now and see how many job digital marketing requirements you have. Depending on the market, this can be different. In this market, of course, North America, in growing markets, India, Brazil, US, Canada. The requirement is increasing. Europe, because more and more people want to go digital. So in this, we have to make chain marketing or not chain marketing. I think this question was about affiliate marketing, but I think I've answered. Ross has a question again: how to grow any business through digital marketing with minimal cost? I think I've tried to answer with the methods. मैंने सारे methods बताएं, at least top 7 or 8. Brother Aamir, Akhlak, can I just take questions or should I stop? Just tell me, okay?
नहीं, कंटिन्यू करें. मुझे लगता है कि अभी है वक्त हमारे पास, और अगर हम डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन भी कोई पूछना चाहता है तो अनम्यूट कर सकते हैं.
I think it's better that you write the question.
आमिर सर,
Because it's okay. We'll go through them. I will figure out, but I'll try and answer. Currently, I'm doing. So I think I answered Gauss's question. There's a question from Brother Imran. Currently, I'm doing business analysis course. I have 6 years experience in project management. Whether business analyst plays a role, yeah, obviously, business analyst is a very good, you can say, skill set, or a business analysis. That skill set can be used very well in digital marketing, especially in e-commerce companies. It's a requirement, mandatory. If you're starting an e-commerce or is a large e-commerce company, they actually have business analyst roles, because what is selling, what people are buying, all that analysis is to be done by a statistical person. It can be called something else. It can be called as an analytical lead or an analytics manager or data science manager or data scientist. But your business analysis skills will really help you. And project management roles as well. There are a lot of project management or product managers requirement in the industry. How to keep tracks of one digital marketing business is a question from RSM. I think you're very particular. You want to start something, RSM. But you don't want to tell me who you are, your brother or sister, your full name. So, how to keep track? Use analytical softwares. Do research. Do consumer behavior surveys. आपने देखा होगा, lot of times website survey run करती हैं. आपको survey के लिए questionnaire भेजती हैं, या आपसे पूछती हैं कि आप ये अगर survey भरेंगे तो हम आपको एक free mobile phone के raffle draw में डालेंगे, या we'll give you some free gift. So research is important. Follow up with customers, talk to customers, and measure through analytics software. Everything can be measured, almost everything. There are technically very few things that can be measured now, which I'm sure will also be available in the future in terms of data. I mean, you can actually measure कि user का screen resolution size क्या था और user कौन से browser से आया हुआ था. I mean, इतनी अच्छी information आपको कौन दे सकता है? All this is possible in digital marketing. Alhamdulillah. My question may be analytic. Sheikh Saeed has a question. It's a private question. Sorry, it's public now because I'm sharing my screen. As a marketer, how can I find out my customer who is searching my product on Google? I think it's a very simple question. Basically, you use keywords on Google or search engine platforms. You decide what your keywords. So if you're selling cars, or if you want to do test drive of cars, you actually select keyword: test drive Mumbai, test drive cars, test drive sedans, test drive now, test drive vehicles, test drive. You can use these keywords in the platform. When you go and study and research on Google Ads or search engine platforms, you understand how marketers can use online products. Wisdom International School from Oppo in Wisdom International School in coconut milk. I don't know. I think it's like a spelling mistake. Again, I can't promote any.
इसमें अभी जो वेबिनार चल रहा है हमारा, इसमें 10th और 12th के स्टूडेंट्स भी पार्टिसिपेट हैं, तो वो कैसे अपना करियर बना सकते हैं इसमें?
First, make sure that you get into talk to a career guidance counselor. Number one, whether you have the aptitude for this. That's the first step. If you're from 10th and 12th, if you're a graduate, I've given you the directions. You can start interning, you can start life projects. Even if you're from 10th and 12th, do not waste your free time now. You can actually do this. अपने खुद के सोशल मीडिया से आप शुरू करें. उसका मतलब ये नहीं कि अभी दिन के 4 घंटे ज़ेम ने बोले कि भाई सोशल मीडिया यूज करना है तो बस सोशल मीडिया में लगे रहें. यूज इट ऑप्टिमली, सी व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. सारे सोशल मीडियाज के एक एड पेजेस होते हैं, जैसे facebook.com/ads, google.com/ads. उन सर्च करें लिंक्डइन एड्स और जाके स्टडी करें और अपने फ्री अकाउंट बनाएं. अकाउंट बनाने में कोई मसला नहीं. आपके सेम अकाउंट से आपको सिर्फ क्लिक करना है, आपको पता चल एड्स बनाना शुरू करें. डोंट रन देम इफ यू डोंट वांट टू, and maybe start testing it out. In terms of what they can do 10th and 12th, I mean, I want to keep it open. I'll prefer that 10th and 12th students contact the career guidance counseling team to see whether they have the aptitude for this or not. Because maybe your analytic skills need to be brushed up, maybe your math skills need to be brushed up, maybe your creative abilities, maybe for something different. But qualification wise, you can do anything. You can do arts, science, commerce. You can even do, I have had friends and who've actually done homeschooling as well. So they actually did online open schooling, graduation from distance learning as well, and they're doing fantastic. So again, it's more about what is the skill set you bring to the table than really your education and your credentials. Good credentials always help, but they don't stop you from anything. Yeah.
एक ये हम लोग चाहते हैं कि इसको अब काफी वक्त दिया आपने। उससे पहले जो वो आफ्ताब साहब मुदस्सिर एक बच्चा है, उन्होंने पार्टिसिपेंट है, उन्होंने रिक्वेस्ट की है कि एक सवाल वो पूछना चाहते हैं, उनको जरा अनम्यूट कर दे।
ओके,
ये एक लास्ट क्वेश्चन हो सकता है हमारा।
हाँ, असल में मैं इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ क्योंकि ज़हीम साहब को भी अपने वर्क पे जाना है, काम उनका भी है, क्योंकि वहाँ पर अभी सुबह हुई है और उनको अपने ऑफिस का काम भी करना है। तो हम लोग यहाँ पर भी ऑलरेडी 9:30 हो गया है, तो मेरे ख्याल से काफी टाइम हो चुका है।
आफ्ताब, मुदस्सिर आप पूछना चाहेंगे अपना सवाल? आप अनम्यूट है शायद। जी।
Hello, Assalamu alaikum to everyone. Sir, my question is there any relationship between AI, artificial intelligence, and digital marketing? If yes, what are the benefits of AI in digital marketing? This was my question.
Okay, good. Thank you so much. I think it's a not very related question to the career opportunity specifically for digital, but I'll try and answer. So artificial intelligence again is a much larger concept, much larger usage. यहाँ पर एक question Sayyid Khalik का भी है, so I'll try and answer. It's more about you know there are different stages. I don't think this is the right forum to answer questions about digital marketing. Uses a lot of machine learning and artificial intelligence concepts. So in a way, yes, they're related, but not the core digital marketing in general. So artificial intelligence is a much larger, you can say, concept. You know, there's a question about how websites read my data. मैं कुछ सर्च करता हूँ तो बाद में मुझको उसी चीज के एड दिखने लगते हैं. So that's where machine learning and your AI concepts start coming in. It is related, but pure digital media. You don't need to, you know, if you're just entering the field, I would say don't worry about it so much. If you're really, 5 years, 10 years into this industry, that's the time you can start using, the AI principles, concepts, and try and use them for your benefit. But if you're an entry-level person, I don't know what is the stage you're in. I would say that you start with your pure base digital marketing concepts, try and get experience, and then, inshallah, if you have more questions, you can always email me or connect with me on LinkedIn. Okay.
2017 में इंडिया में ये तकरीबन 11,000 करोड़ रुपए का बिजनेस हुआ था डिजिटल मार्केटिंग के जरिए. 2018 में जो है वो 14,000 के आसपास रहा, ये करोड़ के आसपास रहा बिजनेस, और बाय एंड ऑफ द 2020 17,000 करोड़ को क्रॉस करेगा. मैं समझता हूँ कि ये ग्रोथ हो रहा है इसका, और हिंदुस्तान में, इंडिया में एक बेहतर करियर के तौर पर सामने आ रहा है. तो हमने आज बहुत अच्छी गुफ्तगू ज़हीम साहब से सुनी. मैं आमिर अंसारी साहब से दरख्वास्त करूँगा कि कल के वेबिनार का और आज का थैंक्स जो है वो ज़हीम साहब का करें. मैं साथ ही जितने पार्टिसिपेंट हैं, काविश के मेंबर्स हैं, पूरे इंडिया से इस प्रोग्राम को लाइव आमना सामना और काविश यूट्यूब पर भी नश्र किया जा रहा है. मैं आम तमाम का शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहूँगा. ओवर टू आमिर सर.
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया ज़हीम साहब, आपने इतना कीमती वक्त हमारे साथ, हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स के साथ में दिया, और हमारे लिए खुशकिस्मती की बात है कि आप इंशाल्लाह आगे भी हमारे इन बच्चों को गाइड करते रहेंगे. और मैं सिर्फ ज़हीम साहब को और हमारी जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं उसमें से कुछ लोग अगर इस फील्ड में इंटरेस्टेड हैं, तो हम लोग ये चाह रहे हैं सर हर फील्ड के कुछ मेंटर्स आइडेंटिफाई करें जो हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को ड्यूरिंग देयर करियर अपॉर्चुनिटी, मतलब जो उनका करियर का सफ़र होगा उसमें थोड़ा बहुत उनको गाइड करें. मंथली, बाय मंथली, जैसा भी टाइम हो सकता है, ईमेल के ज़रिए या और कोई डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म के ज़रिए. तो ज़हीम साहब, आप भी थोड़ा सा ध्यान जहन में रखें कि ऐसे लोग जो इंडिया या और किसी कंट्री में हो और थोड़ा इस फील्ड में हो और मेंटरशिप के लिए राजी हैं वो हमारे स्टूडेंट्स के लिए, तो हम लोग इस तरह के सेमिनार्स उनके लिए बाद में हम लोग इंशाल्लाह जरूर ऑर्गेनाइज करेंगे। और जी ज़हीम साहब, जी ज़हीम साहब, अगर आपको कुछ बात करनी है लास्ट अगर कंक्लूड करने के लिए तो आप बोल सकते हैं, वरना हम लोग इसको खत्म करें।
Alhamdulillah, I think I'm game. It's just that मैं ऑलरेडी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मेंटर कर रहा हूँ, बहुत ईमेल, बहुत कनेक्शंस आते हैं, एक वक्त ऐसा आता है कि उसको फिर रिप्लाई भी नहीं कर सकते, सो आई टेक टाइम। यूजुअली आपने देखा होगा मैं सोशल मीडिया पर भी, अगेन आल्सो एज एन एग्जांपल, डोंट लेट सोशल मीडिया यूज यू, यू यूज सोशल मीडिया। यूजुअली हमारे बच्चे, especially I've seen, the young, they just spend hours and hours. If you can't reply a message, there is no hurry, आराम से भी reply कर सकते कोई। So yes, I am ready to mentor. Alhamdulillah, I'm already doing it. I hope Allah accepts this effort from all of you guys, from each one of us. That comes only from Allah. Allah is great. So available, but yes, if it's more organized, if we can say, okay, maybe 2 hours in a month or 1 hour in a month,
yes.
or maybe, we can decide the time slot, inshallah we can mentor. And if anybody has a good idea as well, if you can reach out via kawish team or myself directly, no problem. I'm available.
ओके, जज़ाकल्लाह खैर। कल का हमारा वेबिनार इंशाल्लाह एक नई फील्ड के साथ में, एक नए स्पीकर के साथ में, आर्ट एंड डिज़ाइन, इस फील्ड पर इंशाल्लाह कल का एक करियर ऑप्शन कर हम लोग एक्सप्लोर करने की कोशिश करेंगे। ज़ुबैर साहब इंशाल्लाह कल हमारे साथ में होंगे। और आखिर में मैं अल्लाह ताला से दुआ करता हूँ कि ये जो भी काविशें और कोशिशें हो रही हैं उसको अल्लाह ताला कबूल करे, और हमारे सभी साथी, आप ये समझ लें कि जितने भी हमारे स्पीकर्स आए हैं वो बिला मुआवजा, मतलब बिना किसी गर्ज के, वो कम्युनिटी की, सोसाइटी की, नेशन की हेल्प के लिए, स्टूडेंट्स को गाइड करने के लिए हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं, और इंशाल्लाह आगे भी हमारे साथ रहेंगे। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया अखलाक सर, ज़हीम साहब और हमारे सारे काविश टीम मेंबर्स का और सारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स का। जज़ाकल्लाहु खैर। कल इंशाल्लाह 8 बजे फिर मुलाकात होगी। वालेकुम अस्सलाम। आप लोग मीटिंग लीव कर सकते हैं सब लोग, और आफ्ताब साहब मीटिंग खत्म कर